a platform to facilitate the sharing and analysis of strategies and approaches taken by top-notch educational institutions across the globe to deal with the obstacles and challenges posed by COVID-19. Yesterday, on the first day of the series, Dr. Berislav Andrulik, Vice Dean for Development, and Dr. Barbara Piska, Collegiate Professor of Velusile U. Pasegi, joined us from Požega, Croatia. They gave us an insight into the effect of COVID-19 on higher educational institutions at national and institutional levels in Croatia. To quote them, Croatia is slowly and steadily recovering, starting regular classes in their educational institutions following COVID-19 protocols, thanks to their low population and continuous combined efforts. It was reassuring to look at the pandemic situation with a new ray of hope and positivity at the end of the session, and to know that things will get better. Today, we at Jain deemed to be University are honored to have with us very distinguished academicians from around the world, along with academicians from various prestigious institutions within India, numerous students, and our very own administration team and our faculty, to formally welcome you all to the second day of Global Interaction Series on Global Strategies for Education post-COVID-19. May I now invite Dr. Babita B. Nair, Assistant Professor and Head, Department of Humanities and Social Sciences, Jain deemed to be University. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Anju, ma'am. Hello and good evening, everybody. I hope all are safe and sound. It's true that the COVID-19 pandemic has affected our lives in several ways, but it has uncovered extraordinary human resourcefulness and potential. Decisions that we make at this juncture will have long-term consequences for the future of education. It's an honor and privilege for me to welcome you all to the Global Interaction Series on Global Strategies for Education post-COVID-19, organized by the Department of Management Studies and Internal Quality Assurance Cell of Jain deemed to be University, Kochi. On behalf of our university, I extend a warm welcome to our honorable and distinguished resource person, Dr. Oleg Popov, the Vice Rector of Odessa State Academy of Civil Engineering and Architecture located in Ukraine. I'm sure that his experience and expertise will provide us with new insights. We're certainly grateful to him for accepting our invitation to become the keynote speaker on this occasion. Dear Sir, a warm welcome to the virtual Global Interactive Series. I'm extremely joyful to take this opportunity to welcome our respected and beloved Dr. J. Lata ma'am, the Pro-Vice Chancellor of Jain deemed to be University, Kochi. She has always been a great source of inspiration. I cordially welcome ma'am, though she is not present here. Dr. Ishran Iyer, sir, the Dean of Commerce and the Director of Industry Interface and Key Projects, has always been a great leader and a motivator throughout our academic journey. With full of respect, let me welcome him in his absence. It's my pleasure to extend a cheerful welcome to all the vivacious participants who have joined us from the different parts of the globe. Your presence makes us very happy. A warm welcome to you all. I genuinely welcome Dr. Madhukumar sir, the Joint Controller of Examinations, Dr. Sadikumar sir, the Head of Administration, and heads of various departments to the talk series. Let me also welcome the faculty members and the students of our institution who have joined us today. I'm very enthused to see that so many of you are here. I'm sure you will have fruitful and rewarding exchanges in the next 2 hours. I wish the key speaker, the attendees, and the organizers of this event every success. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Without further ado, let us move on to the most important segment of today's session. To introduce and welcome the keynote speaker for this evening, may I now invite Dr. Harish N. Ramanathan, Professor and Head, Department of Management Studies, Jain Deemed to be University. Please, sir.
Thank you, Anju. Good evening, Namaskaram, and Laskavo Posimo, my dear friend from Ukraine. It was, no, indeed, I would like to recollect the conversation that I had with him 3 years back. So when I said Namaskaram, he in fact asked, no, what is the essence of it? So I was explaining to him, this was the traditional way of welcoming, normally done by the Indians, which actually means I bow in front of the divine in you. So we consider a guest as God. So this is what I said. So immediately he said, oh, that is quite impressive. And that time itself, we have welcomed him to India as well. And I think immediately after the COVID, maybe through Erasmus or through some other programs that we'll definitely be inviting you to India as well. This is in fact a privilege for me to formally introduce my friend Oleg Popov, Dr. Oleg Popov. He represents Odessa State Institute for Civil Engineering and Architecture. I would like to say he's a man who is a living institute for the past 25 years. He did his graduation in civil engineering from the same institute. Then he did the post-graduation also from the same institute, and precisely he did his PhD also from the same institute. And imagine what else an academician can achieve. He is now the vice rector of the same institute where he dwelled. He studied from there, he did the PhD, and he is now in the topmost position in the same institute. To start with, right from 2005 to 2015, he was the head of international department connecting to the entire parts of the world through Erasmus programs and even the other programs of the university. They used to enroll many foreign students into their civil engineering, and they have even other faculty also that they have. So he was actively involved in almost all the international collaborations, especially with the project relating with Tempus JPCR, which is again a part of Erasmus Plus funding. He was actively serving as the Erasmus Plus project coordinator, as well as he was in charge of academic projects as well. So he has got lot many opportunity to interact with the researchers and students across the globe, and he is well connected with India as well. His research interests are, I was just going through him through some of his papers, even though the civil engineering subject is alien for me, but I think his specialization is actually into the application of logarithmic models, capillary absorption, waterproofing, benonites, the Ukrainian benonites, then dry building mixes. All these things are his area of expertise. Interestingly, Professor Oleg represents the editorial board of one of their prestigious journal, also by the name Bulletin of Odessa State Academy of Civil Engineering and Architecture, which is indexed in the index Copernicus International. So I also got an opportunity to be placed in the board of the same thing. And now he is performing the role of the vice rector of the institute. Professor, we are very privileged to have you here, and the entire panelists and all the attendees are keen enough to listen to you in understanding how that you have overcome or how you have formulated the strategies for overcoming the COVID-19 pandemic in managing the academics of your institute. So stage is all yours. You can start with the presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Harris. Good day, good evening for you, good day for us. From Ukraine, from Odessa. Ukraine is as usually as all of country. Ukraine also is a beautiful country. Of course, Odessa, it's the best city in the world. Of course, it's the best city in Ukraine, and this event, I think, very good possibilities to see each other, to see my old friends from India, from Croatia, from Georgia. It's very nice to see all of us, thanks to the Erasmus, thanks to the University in Požega in Croatia, when we meet. About my country, if it's possible, I think it's possible, I want to show a little bit video about my country, and after that about my city. Oh, first video, it's about city. Okay, it's Odessa. Usually here we have a music, but I think you don't listen to music, and maybe I say some words about my city, about our city. Odessa is a city with around 1,020,000 people which live here. It's a big resort. It's the biggest resort in the south of Ukraine. You can see it's not very old. Our city is not very old, but have very big, very hard history. Many famous architects work here from different countries from Europe, of course. It's Italian, it's French architects, and thanks to this, we have a very wonderful, very beautiful, very friendly, very nice city, and welcome to our city if when it will be possible after this pandemic situation. We are very friendly and waiting for all of. We have many different museums. We have many different places which you must to see. For example, this is empty places underground. It was a short video about it. Odessa, like a Paris in France, has many kilometers empty places underground. So as these places was with the stones we take it our buildings and make our beautiful buildings which you can to see. Odessa is situated in the coast of Black Sea, and all coast of near to Odessa, in Odessa region, it's beaches with the very nice sands, with a very nice infrastructure for all of we have all that you need. If you need many different clubs, we have different clubs. If you want to places without people, without clubs, we have these places also. Odessa is have many different restaurants. Odessa, it's only one city on the world which have a special Odessa's kitchen. We have, of course, Ukrainian, we have Georgian, Indian. Odessa has Odessa kitchen, and this our eat is very different. Many people live here. Many nationalities, around 200 nationalities live in Odessa, and every of this nationality has each part in our eat. Of course, we have a very warm sea. You can see, so it's our port, Odessa port. Near to Odessa, we have 3 different ports. Ports in Odessa, ports in the near small city Yuzhny, and city Chernomor. So it's situated in special place in the coast of Black Sea, which very good for the ships, for the organizing and transfer for other countries or other parts of Ukraine from this place. Today we have 230 years old. Our city, it's our main here in Odessa. we have, as you see, many that 8 different religions here, and every religion has places with special building for this, and also. Of course, we are Odessa's people. Odessa's people who live here can to see this video every time, and many times. We have a different resources near to Odessa like this. It's a Koyalnik estuary. Koyalnik estuary, it's similar like the Dead Sea in Israel with this mood, and this mood also has a good quality for the health. Around the health, of course, I wish all of you and all of your family good health, and I hope the COVID coming only near with us and without us, and I hope this COVID coming with together with this 2020 year. So it's our city has 20 different higher education institutes, universities, around 3,000 foreign people, foreign students study here in Odessa, and we always waiting for students here. We have many different good conditions for the health, for the sports, for the studies, and always waiting for all of people who want to visit our academy. In Odessa, we have 5 theater. It's a big theater. Of course, we have a small one also, but 5 a big and not very big, but famous theater. The most famous is the opera theater. This is a picture from this theater, and as specialist says, our theater is the second one after the Vienna theater, opera and ballet theater. But of course, we thinking that our theater is the best from the best, and of course the theater in Vienna after the second one after the first one, which you can hear now. So it's a small pictures. Oh, I want to stop, but you can see all of that we have in our beautiful city. You can see some words with the translated Odessa. It's a city when we always wait for you. It's really so. Till to the COVID, we have events. It's a Day of Birthday of Odessa, and every year in this day we organize such event. There are many people coming to the central squares of Odessa. Welcome to Odessa, and I hope all of you can to will can to visit Ukraine and visit Odessa. Maybe I see you some pictures, but from Ukraine. But maybe my friend after tomorrow from Uzhgorod show you more pictures about Ukraine. Now I told you a little bit about our academy, Odessa State Academy of Civil Engineering. If you know, we situated in Ukraine. This is our Republic of Ukraine. It's not very big republic. We have around 40 million people population in our country. Our area area about 600,000 square kilometers, and we are situated between many other, you can see here, in Europe, between Russia, Poland, Romania, Moldova, and other republic. We have two different sea, Black Sea and Azov Sea, near the sea, and Odessa, you can see, situated on the south of Ukraine, and the name of Odessa is, you also can see, it's a pearl of the Black Sea of Ukraine, of the Volga. You see this in the video. I only show you our famous building. It's Opera Theater. You really can to see it's a very nice, very fantastic and famous building. But now till to autumn, Opera Theater start to work, but with special condition according to the pandemic situation. Till to this, from during the spring, from the March month, our theater don't work as other places, centers also was stopped. Only from the autumn we started the work. It's a monument of Queen Ekaterina, who's founded a special order about foundation of our city. It was on 2nd of December in 1794. It's a monument of very famous major of the city, Duc de Richelieu. He's from the French. She is from Russia, but she's a Russian queen. But we know that she is was born in Germany. Our academy, Odessa State Academy of Civil Engineering and Architecture, was founded in 1930. In this year, we celebrate 90 years of our foundation. Usually we celebrate it in the middle of October, but in this year, of course, we know this situation. It's our reason to our connection to our event, pandemic situation, and we plan to celebrate this data, but in only short format. Of course, we understand that in October we have a start of second stage of pandemic, and we plan to organize short events without the many quantity of people in 18 of December. We plan to do this, and so this data is very famous for, very important for us. It's our rector, Professor Anatoly Kovrov. We have 1 month ago a new election of rectors, and rector was our rector was a winner, and now he is has a second time of rector's work. It's one of our emblems. It's our main building. We situate in the center of Odessa, maybe not in the center, but near the center, in the old part of Odessa. Our student has many different possibilities for the study, for the rest, for the sport. Of course, this presentation was made till to the pandemic, and every photo that you can see here now is fortunately not actual, but we're waiting for the finish of COVID, and we very hope that we will be work like till to this pandemic. We have 5 different departments. The biggest department, we have two of this, it's Department of Architecture and Fine Art. Around, for us, for Ukraine and for Odessa, it's a big department, around 1,000 students in the Institute of Architecture and Fine Art. Odessa, now our academy, it's biggest academy in Soviet of Ukraine in the field of civil engineering, in field of architecture, and in field of business in the buildings. And of course, we have a specialization, as I say, in field of building architecture and economics. And our academy not very big. We have around 5,000 students, but for university like us, it's a big quantity of students. So the second, our one of the biggest institutes, it's an Institute of Civil Engineering. Of course, in all of this institutes, we're preparing all three stages of students. It's a bachelor's, it's a master's, and PhD students, of course. Next institution, it's an institution of construction technologies. Here is we preparing a specialist in building materials and building, maybe not technologies of preparing of materials and scientific. Okay, no, it's a specialist in field of building materials. In my institute, I studied here many years ago. Institute of Ecological Engineering. Now this institute has other names. It's Institute of Hydrotechnical and Transport Building and Engineering Building also. Here is we have all specialization in field of water and sanation, thermal and gas supply, and rational use of water resources and other specialization like this. Our institute is here is right faculty. Now it's Institute of Economics, and now also has other names. It's an Institute of Business and Information Technologies. Also very strong. Now it's maybe strongest institute in our academy. So many new doctors and professors work here and study students here, and we hope that it will be also many different students here in this institute. It's our international life. It's also a university from Croatia, but other one. I want to say that more our project we have with Croatian universities. The most stronger, most hard cooperation we have with two universities, University in Varaždin, University North, and University Požega, which you can see yesterday. It's a teacher from University North in our academy. We have a mobility professor from Croatian University. Sometimes during academic mobility in framework of Erasmus program, work here. Also, Professor Verislav, which you see yesterday, also was in Odessa with the lectures, and we waiting for the stop of COVID and waiting for Verislav and Barbara here in Odessa. We wait there 2 years already, but we hope next year we meet here also with our friends. Some of our projects, we have many different projects in the field of architecture and fine arts. It's a project with our Italian friends from University of Camerino every year till to pandemic every year. Till the pandemic every year 2 times in usually in autumn and end of winter, beginning of summer, sometimes in different. Our people going to the Italy and have a special events, workshops as usual, together with Italian colleagues. Ukraine is a country who has beaches and has mountains, and these mountains have the snow, and our students can take part in till the pandemic, of course, in all field of rest or field of sport, as you can see, and we organize all conditions for our students for participate in different events. It's some pictures from our academy from different time, from different events, sports and rest and other one. It's our academy situated, as I say, near the city, near the center of Odessa. Now I want to show some words about our theme, about strategies. Of course, I will be say about some problems, about some strategies that we plan, make, organize in our academy. Of course, we have a different specializations, different conditions. So as we preparing the engineering students in field of engineering and field of architecture, economics. Other university has another specific, but I think our main goals, our main tasks and main problem is similar from many university in Odessa, in Ukraine, and maybe not only Ukraine. So how it's beginning in Ukraine? The first confirmed case in Ukraine we did have in March month, in 3rd of March. In this time we no, till to this time we only listen about coronavirus, and many people thinking, oh, it's not here, it's very far away from Ukraine, it's in China, it's in other countries, but not in Ukraine. Many people don't understand what happened. For example, in the end of January 2019, the big group of from China, administration from one of districts from China was in Ukraine, was in Odessa, and we, in this time, we signed 5 different cooperation agreements with China's university. When we listened first time about coronavirus, we start to look from which places, which city this delegation was in Ukraine, and we was very shocked. So as this group was from Wuhan, from China district Wuhan, and we have 5 agreements. 3 of them it's from University Wuhan, and when we have the first case, we understand. So it's here, it's in Ukraine, and maybe early that we understand what happened. And in this day, we our Ministry of Health has started an information website about coronavirus, And today we have, I show you a date, on 11th of March, in Ukraine was started the first quarantine in all of territory. It was only first one till to, as I remember, till to beginning of April, and we don't, in this period, we don't understand what we must to do. So as our university stopped to work, our transport work, but we don't know what we must to do. And only after 2 weeks, when the amount of quantity of cases was every day was more and more, we start to understand what happened. On the 16th of March, we closed borders for the foreign citizen. Together with this, we closed, in Ukraine, closed maybe all of cross borders offices. We have 217, only 17 works for the Ukrainian people who coming to Ukraine. And it was a very big problem. So it's on the border between, for example, Poland and Ukraine, many thousand people waiting for the possibilities to come back to Ukraine. But when people come back to Ukraine, these people come back with the coronavirus already. And thanks to this, not thanks, on 25th of March, we introduced our government introduced the emergency situation in all of the territory of Ukraine. From this time, all transport is stopped between all transport, air, railway, buses, only stop, only private cars can we can use only private cars, but not more than 4 people in car, and these people must be from one family. And this situation was till to the beginning of summer. In the summer, we have a season. We have a season from the beginning of June. And of course, people by the cars start coming to Ukraine. And from this time, this emergency situation was stopped. And from the beginning of June, some transport must going between different regions of Ukraine. Some transport start working inside of cities. We organize a different territory with the big quantity of cases, with the not big quantity of cases, and in this territory we organize a big one and a small one lockdowns. Today we have a second stage of coronavirus. From the October, if we talked about this time we have around 100 people during the day. Today we have, for example, today we have 12,000 cases. It's for Ukraine with 40 million people. It's a big people, and today it's a difficult for all of us, for country, for the hospitals. It's a main big problem. We have three different websites when we have information about the coronavirus. It's a main website, COVID. Go with the government. It's an official site. It's a Ministry of Health site, Ministry of Health about coronavirus, special website for coronavirus. And this site is site of our Ministry of Education. In Ukraine, it's in English, Education and Science. And we also has all information about all of situation in field of coronavirus in Ukraine and field of coronavirus in hospitals and different cities, and situation about organize our work in universities, in schools, in colleges, and we have three stages of higher education: in universities, in colleges, it's lycees, and universities, like this. And if we have, if we must to change our organization of our work, if it says in level of Ukraine ministry or Ukraine government of our ministry, we take this information from the orders and from side of our Ministry of Education. About our academy, how it start for us, from the beginning of March, we have a first quarantine. We name it here quarantine, not lockdown, but now it's lockdown also. For us, it will be no. We was not ready for this. Of course, we always thinking about online education. We always told about this here as an academy, but when it happened, we will be not ready. Some programs or program that we know and we understand in such period, it was a Skype program, and it's a free program that we use in our connection with friends, with relatives and other. And we start to use this program. It's a screenshot for my students, and here is we start to organize different groups, Skype groups, which connection academic groups. And here is, you can see this one group, other group, second one, the third one, and also our students, of course it's main students, start to write us what we must to do in this situation. And we start to organize this. And on this time, we don't understand how to work with the special platforms. We don't know the rules. We don't know, only listen about platforms like Moodle, like other one. For more of us, Zoom in such period, it's a program which lives far away from, we don't listen about it till to this time. What we organize, what we can to organize in such period, and what we did have in this time. We start to use different messenger in maybe Ukraine, Belarus, Russia, in post-Soviet territory. And I don't know why, but it's so. We don't use, our people don't use WhatsApp. We use the messenger like WhatsApp, names Viber. It's like WhatsApp, but other names. And we start to organize special group here. It's a special group for the first communication between students and teachers, between students and students, between students and deans, decanates with different institutes in structure of our academy. We organize many such groups. It's a screenshot of one of these groups. Also, we start use a Telegram like a messenger for the connection between teachers who start to work from home. We organize a special canals for the first connection between teachers, between transfer information from decanates, from administration of institutes, of academia, and our teachers, our cathedrals, our departments. It was very difficult. Why I show you late, but it happened during first months of quarantine of lockdown. Together with this, we organized to work our departments whose our information departments who start to looking for information about platform, about Moodle, about Zoom, and about Google Suite for education, like we know now. And yes, and our most strong Institute of Business Information Technology, they was start the fast. They are specialists, and they organize during 2 months. They organize the educational process by the Moodle. They have possibilities for this, the special server and special specialist, but our possibilities in the field of Moodle platform was not enough for all of university. Was enough only for institute, and of course it was difficult for more of our teachers. It was difficult for more of our students also, and administration of academy take a decision that Moodle we left only in this institute. Other institutes can start to work with other platforms, and first of all was Zoom. In such time, in such period, Zoom, as usual now also for the 40 minutes, was a free program for the connection with between students and teacher. And of course, we can, if when we understand what is the Zoom, we start to organize the work with the Zoom. But many people, many teachers don't know how to use this platform. Many people cannot to connection, cannot to organize work with new technologies, with the digital technologies. It was a problem, big problem, biggest problem. It's many people at this time. Many people from all the world start to use Zoom. Several times Zoom, we cannot do connection with this Zoom, and we start to thinking about other programs. Of course, it's Microsoft Teams and several other, and we're looking for the Google. As we understand, we during many years we using the corporative post email, which we take from the Google site, and when we connect to the Google company, we start to understand that we can use many different programs in the field inside of Google platform, which now named Google Suite for Education. With this platform, only till to the March, we use only Gmail. We have a corporative post email, but in the platform of Gmail, and we start use not only Gmail, we start use Google Meet. It's a program, of course, you know, but I say it's a program like Zoom, a little bit different. In this time, in time of beginning of summer, in the May, April, when we start to use this, Meet was a little bit other, not like Zoom. Zoom was very convenient for this. But today, Meet is also a convenient program for the lectures, for the different events which we organize in our academy. We have different council, different meetings we organize with Google Meet. Today we are a partner of Google company, and we use all that we can use in framework of Google Suite for Education. What we using here much more. Of course, it's mail. The second one, I think it's a Meet. Google Meet we use every day. Today we have a Teams meeting, and also it's a Meet. Now we now with like a professional, we use not only just a Meet, we use Meet with calendar and with Gmail. When our students, bachelors also, in the end of study has diplomas, but according to the pandemic situation in June, we change our diplomas for the exams, like a test. For this, we start to use the classroom, Google Classroom. It's now we understand that it's very convenient, and now we has many different exams, tests in this program in classroom. And of course, we have many different methodical literature, and for this we use the Google Drive. And now we use all of this. For example, a very interesting for us, it's a special Google Forms. So as we sometimes we must know the opinion of students, of teachers on people who want to study in our academy. We're preparing different enquetes in Google Form. Also, we use other possibilities. The new one for us and for Google, it's a Jamboard. It's very interesting, and now our teachers start to use Jamboard. Of course, for this we start to organize the special courses for our teachers, and we live in this till to this time, and now we also start to organize these courses. So as every day we have new possibilities, we have new methods. We must have this, and we must to study people for that. So in this time we have two platforms that we use in our education process. It's a Moodle in one of our institutes, and our institutes use Google Suite for Education, and I hope in the end of all of this situation, thanks to this, we organize a real distance education together with our education process with the students which is situated here in academy. Which our strategies of our institute, as I say, maybe it's not only for our institute. It's a problem where when we must to it must to be our goals, our task for our future. I think we have different ways of I will say problem. The first of one, it's communication. Communication between different groups. First of all, it's our communication with our students. So as during the different stage of quarantine, students coming to Odessa, students from other cities or other districts, students coming to Odessa to our hostels. After months, we say no lockdown. Students go out from our hostels, and every day we're waiting for. So a situation now is such that I say. Maybe again we say that yes, from tomorrow we have a lockout. So it's amount of cases, quantity of cases is very much every day. And we must organize good communication with the student. What we must do to this? To this we plan here in Academy organize for all of students and all of teachers, of course, special our corporative emails. During with these emails, with our possibility in framework of Google Suite, we can organize the very fast messages between all of group, all of students, between special groups, between all of students, and these students can to have information maximum quickly, of course. The other one problem with communication, it's a communication with the foreign students. Foreign students must to know if they coming to Ukraine, coming to Odessa, which rules in the field of their education we organize for them. And it's a real problem. So it's, some students want to come to Odessa, their parents thinking much more about their health than the students. And maybe I come back to the communication with our students. And we have, I think, not only we are, some students, it's young boys and ladies, and they thinking that quarantine, it's time for the rest. No, quarantine is a time for the study. But we must to communicate with each student from Ukraine, not from Ukraine, and they must to understand. We only change to communication between students. We only change exercises from real till online, but it's a studies, and they must to visit lectures and must to study. A big problem, I think, it's a communication with applicants which want to come to Ukraine. It's not a secret. I see that some researchers in this time, many universities has a problem with the applicant for the applicants for the this new year. It's our academy, thanks to our management and to our thanks to our teachers. In this year, we has applicants not like in several years till to this hard year. And this year, we think will good for us, so as we have applicants. But next year, it's a year which we must to organize many different events for all of students, and they must to know that we are work in new conditions, and we are work good. We organize a good education for all of students, then all of applicants and students who want to study here in our academy and want to study and already study in Odessa, in our academy. Internalization, other problem, it's internalization. Of course, so as our border is closed, the foreign student cannot to come in university, our other university. If transport inside of Ukraine don't work, it's also a problem. And we, of course, we must do it together with our ministry. It's not problem only universities, it's problem of system. We must to transfer special dates of for the documents for the other data. We must to postpone appointment of documents for the other dates. Of course, if we change the dates, we must to change trading dates also. we do our ministry, our academy, our university to change it in this year, in this calendar year. And it must be very, we must think it is, and we must do this very fast if it needed. It's a strategies, not only university, it's a strategies for our ministry. They must organize decision very fast according to the situation in this moment. And of course, I repeat, we organize many different events. Of course, it's online events for the students, for the applicants, for the parents of applicants, so as they think, as I say, about health of their child much more than our child. We might organize different as we do is different webinars, different fires, and more and more. We must think of what's interesting for our students, for the applicants. Quality of online training. Yeah, it's a problem. It's a goal for our future. It's a problem that we have in the start of this situation. It's improving of quality of online training. Here is we have some ways, of course, some problems. From other side, we always need a good teachers, but from other side, when we organize online learning, we have not enough teachers, so as teacher cannot use these new digital platforms. What we must do? Of course, we must organize a different trainings, but we organize a large number of these trainings for teacher, and teacher don't have time for the organize a good quality online training, so he must to study in free time. These teachers cannot to preparing for them for the exercise is good, but of course we must thinking about it in period, in time of holidays, in time of the evening. Maybe we can to take other people for the some period. We must think about it. So teacher cannot for the one day during health day study as a teacher, and other days working like a student. But it's but teacher must do this. It's a problem. We must do how to do this. Of course, a biggest problem that such several areas. Here is right medicine. Of course, medicine is very important. I write it here. But if we talk about our engineering and our architecture or fine art, it's impossible to teach online, and we must think about different education system. It's a system that we are improving now here. Some people, according to our rules, of course, people with quantity of students till to 20 coming to academy and has a real education. More people has online education. For this, our big groups, we separated for the groups with the students till to 20 and organize for them the real education. Of course, it's difficult, so as we need more people, more teachers. It's also a problem, but it's impossible. It's impossible for engineers, for the laboratory works. We cannot organize other education, only different from real meeting with the teachers, of course. quality and quantity of resources, of methodical literature that we must to preparing for our students. When we start work in online, in distance system, we understand that we have a problem. Many resources not we not having free connectors. Sorry, in Russian. Our teacher, our cathedrals and other departments have not our methodical in internet on our library, for example. And we started to work in this. We started to send it in the groups of students, and it was a big problem. Yes, now we use a Google Drive program, and all of our methodical resources you can find in our virtual library, for example. But it's a problem. So it was a problem. We must think about this problem. So as we preparing a new one, we must organize a more convenient system of these resources, and not Google Drive. It's not very good decision, but we have not in this time other one. But we must thinking about this in when we want to organize a good online learning, of course. Infrastructure, yes, and as I told about our infrastructure, when we organize this, when we start, we cannot organize for all of university server, another one for the Moodle platform, and not only this one. Now we understand we have not enough classes with the special computers, with the projectors, with the internet, with the good internet, and we organize these classes every month, but we must to have finance for this. It's not enough, so as we must to thinking about all of ways of our problem. But every month we organize a new rooms for the online training. But together with this, we understand that when pandemic is stopped, we don't need so many different infrastructure, and we must be thinking how much we need this or this equipment, It also our strategies that we must think. As I already connected, it's problem with the teachers, HR problems. Till to this, not all teachers have a necessary skills for the online learning. Some teachers, it's a good teachers, it's a famous scientific in Ukraine, it's a real professionals, but they cannot use online platforms, online programs. For them, Zoom, Meet, it's a space. We understand it. Of course, with this professor must to work more young people who will be helped. But it's of course it's more people, more payment. But we thinking about it. So it's a professional. We don't can. Oh, if you don't, we don't can to say if you don't can to online work, please goodbye. No, it's impossible for us. So it's a good teacher. Students and teacher, maybe it's not a problem, but it's a problem. Many teachers and many students don't want to work always in online system. They want to meet each other, and I understand. So sometimes we need only 1 minute for the question of students during real connection. And sometimes for this question, I need 1 hour for the answer. It's impossible for all of participants of education. So as if example we in real time we have 2, maybe 3 hours for the consultation of students. When we use online platform, we do it during 6 hours sometimes, and it's a real problem. Next one, it's responsible. If we work in real time, we must think about it. We know that we coming to the rooms and make a light, start to computer, and we will be work. When we work online, the teacher must thinking not only computer, he must thinking about good presentation, he must thinking about good voice, good video, where is the students, why students not here, ask students, are you here, ask question, and many other problems which we have not when we meeting in real time. But it's a time of work, it's a time of exercise, and we tried to the organizing the events, different events, and it's also a problem. And only teacher in this time is responsible for this. We must think about it. Management. I also a little bit talking about it. Our management of our academy, management of all university must organize a fast and good decision if you have some problems. For example, now I think not only in our academy, but now we have a different cases in between students, between employers, between our staff, and we must organize in first time. We must organize a new teacher, new rooms, new other ones. So as studies process must be, and if we have a big team, problem much more that we have not so big team, and we must think about it about system which can to organize fast and effective decision in this situation. Evaluation, intensification of insufficient performance of employment. Of course, we're thinking about it according to what I say, and together with this, we must thinking about term of payment. So as if our teacher make more works, if teacher is studies, not only teach, is we must to pay more or not for them? I think yes, but we have not for this money enough, and we must to thinking about it. If we our staffs, not teacher staff, work or don't work during the pandemic, must we pay for them, or not must to do this? For example, during the quarantine, more of our not teacher administrative staff is not work. During this time, we pay them several parts of the payment. Maybe we must to change quantity of our personnel, our staff. We don't know. We must to thinking about it, and we thinking about it. So it's COVID is finished, and these people we must to take and welcome again. And it's also a problem of our management. We must thinking about it. And of course, again, our management must be the adoption to the adequate decision, adequate to the situation. So, of course, we can say, let's do this online. Now we must understand, can we do this or not? And of course, for this, we must understand all of problem in all of part of our academy, for example, and for our university. And it must happen not only university, it must happen in all of points of our system today, in our system of education. What recommendation I find it in UNESCO website? What recommendation for the universities when COVID was finished? It's you can find it recommendation everywhere, but I write it here. Maybe I don't want to repeat, so it's here it is. We can see that our minds, our goals, it's similar to the many different universities in many countries, and I can see that UNESCO told also about it. And to the end of all, we must understand that we must to update all of part of our system. Sometimes more, sometimes not more, but we must update it. We must to develop it, and it must not only in this time, it must be in every time. And after COVID situation, COVID pandemic, for our academy, for example, for our university, we must understand that we real organize for additional proposition for the applicants, for the student. It's online education, fully online education. I see. Thank you for attention. If you have a question, I will be ready to answer if I can.
Thank you, Dr. Oleg Popov, for that very insightful session. Thank you for sharing your experiences on and your take on online education, how you tackle the issues in your academy, and how your institutes in your academy explored the possibilities of using online platforms and apps like Moodle and Google, etc., to combat the issues that we were facing, like unfamiliarity and connectivity and communication, etc., and the strategies that you shared with respect to how to deal with these situations are, of course, global strategies that we can also make use of. And as you stated in the beginning of your presentation, the problems that we're facing are similar, and therefore it makes a lot of sense that we use a platform as this to discuss, share, and analyze our strategies and make mutual use of it. Thank you, Doctor, again for this very insightful and enlightening session. We're all very privileged to have attended it. And dear all, now the platform is open for questions. You can put down your questions in the Q&A box or in the chat box. So I do have a few questions for you.
I think it's a situation very similar for all of us, and all understand that. Yes.
Yes, sir. Shall we move on to the questions? We do have quite a few. So Akash Madhu asks, any suggestions on how to compensate for liveliness and interactiveness of an actual physical class in online platforms?
Sorry, it's a question for me again, please.
Yes, sir. I'd repeat. Any suggestion on how to compensate for liveliness and interactiveness of an actual physical class as compared to online platforms?
Oh, maybe I don't have an answer for this question. So I don't know how it's compensated fully. So it's I think it's impossible to fully compensate it, but we must to find such decision which will be good for all of participants of educational system. We must to find it in every situation. We will have other decision for this. I think so.
Thank you, sir. Another question. How effective is the online teaching for civil engineering or architecture, as they require hands-on training or exposure? How do you manage the field works, etc.?
About effective. As I say, we organize only lectures by online platform. And lectures must be effective, but not for all of specialization which we have in our academy. Of course, if you talk about engineers, only lectures. Other one is coming to academy. What we do in the end of semester, last semester. So as we cannot organize laboratories and practical exercises, so as we have a total lockdown, we to change and start to study the students only in this autumn. In last year, the all proposition that we must to do in last semester, we start only in this semester, only from autumn. And during this year, we was to study students for the 2 years, last years and this years here. And we must to thinking about it in the future also. So it's impossible to organize for engineers not more than lectures and consultation with the teachers.
So there's yet another question. It's from Abhijit Abhilash. Online higher education has been around for more than a decade now. Why did it not take over the conventional education system in the pre-COVID era? What do you think about the transition to digital at present?
Yes, thanks. I also see this question in the chat. And for the start of this question about a decade now, now we also has I think it will be more than a decade now. Why did it not the conventional education system in the pre-COVID era? Maybe you're right. Maybe we don't need to do this. But for example, our system, it's a system that we organized many years, and it's our not rules. It's our tradition to see each other, and I don't think about it, but all of us always say about come back to the pre-COVID era. We always even don't see about other condition of educational system, but we thinking about two different systems: system with real physical contact and online. Yes, we thinking about it, and I think our digital present education system, it's 100% will be. We have not other possible other ways, but together with this, I told about nearest 20 years, I think. What we will have after that, I don't know. I think yes, digital it was in our life everywhere, and educational system, of course, yes. but together with the real contact with the students.
Thank you so much, sir. We do have a lot of questions. We can take a couple of more questions, isn't it? Yes, sir. So, has having a lot of foreign students made online class difficult on the educators in terms of communication? The question is from Shraddha Satish.
Yes, foreign students. Now we have 320 students here. It's around 8% of our students. Our educational system such that all foreign students must to come to Ukraine. Is it good or not good? I don't know, but every student must come to Ukraine. Many students, when this pandemic started, come back to the motherland, but now I think 80% students here in Ukraine. If we organize for the foreign students, our foreign students, it's we have two different students. One student which study language and they study in preparing course. Other students, it's students which study with our Ukrainian students. It's not special groups. It's all students in groups of with our students. And if students not in Ukraine, not in Odessa, we organize for we plan to organize this for all of the groups. But in the groups with foreign students, we organize together real, if it's a real education, and we organize online education also in this auditorium. And together, students can connect by the internet, by the Google Meet, like Zoom or Zoom, and in classes we have a real student also. Now we organize such conditions that will be convenient for all of the students in Ukraine and students, foreign students in not in Ukraine also. And we do this. It's very difficult, but we plan and we do.
Thank you, sir. One last question. It's from Jaya. First of all, thank you, sir, for your insightful deliberations. How can we ensure empathetic approach while adapting online platforms in teaching?
Adapting online teaching. Okay. Such question that I don't have answer. So as for the first, we must understand which platform. So as online, we have now. When I talked about online platform, for example, for me, most understanding it's a platform like Google, for example. More professional, but for me is not fully understanding. It's a Moodle, but it's a very professional and good platform. And every platform, of course, must be adapting for the teaching, and every platform must be adapting different each other. So if we need for example, for the Google, we need to have some rules. For the model, we must use other rules, and it's a different ones with the different decision. And for all of this, we need the teacher with different skills. But many of teachers which working with the Moodle must to study also a Google, and it's much more easy to study other platform. If, for example, if you study Moodle, and I think that in future we will have for us, for example, for our academy, we will have and Moodle and also Google. So it's not adequate each other platform. It must be connected. We must connect to this platform, and if we connect it, we organize a real good online system for the teaching, I think. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. We do have a question from Dr. Deepa Unitan. How can students be prepared equally employable, especially in professional courses, since they are deprived of any hands-on practice?
We talked about teacher who wants to study like a student about platforms and other. I think we have a special department in our academy. We have special departments. I think it must be organized not in it can be organized in different institutes. We name it postdoc departments. Like postdoc, we have other names. It's very difficult to understand. But it's our departments who organize only special courses for teachers and different courses, not only in situation of pandemic. We organize it also till to this many years. It's a departmental study for learning like this. And in framework of this department, we organize these courses, and specialists from our academy, from other firms coming to us, and our teachers can to be as students for the professional use of these platforms. Yeah, I think so.
Okay, sir. And I think this is a very relevant question. Lionel asks, sir, will we improve our combat against these pandemics to a betterment if yet another arises in the future?
In post-COVID situation, in post-COVID, can I answer very short? In the future, will be better than now. I very hope for this, and in this field also. Thanks. Maybe like this.
All right. We all hope so, sir. We are all optimistic that if at all something comes up in the future, we are better able to handle it more efficiently, at least better than this.
Yes.
Thank you very much, sir. All right. A small reminder for participants, we have sent the feedback form to enhance the effectiveness of this deliberation and interaction series. Please do fill in the feedback form, and it ensures your attendance also. Now, to express our gratitude and pronounce the vote of thanks, may I invite Dr. Bindu Krishna, Associate Professor and Head, Department of Sciences, Jain deemed to be University. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Anju. Respected dignitaries from overseas and other institutions within the region, our keynote speaker of the day, Dr. Oleg Popov, my dear colleagues, my dear participants, a very warm good evening to all. I am entrusted with the duty of delivering a formal vote of thanks for today's event. In fact, I consider this as an honor to extend our heartfelt gratitude to all who made this event happen. Words are not enough to thank Dr. Jayalalitha, Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor, Jain deemed to be University, who stand strong and tall as a pillar of support always. On behalf of the organizers, I extend my sincere thanks to Dr. Jayalalitha ma'am for all the support and blessings for this initiative in her absentia. Let me express our heartfelt gratitude to the keynote speaker of the day, Dr. Oleg Popov, Vice Rector, Odessa State Academy of Construction and Architecture, Ukraine, on behalf of the entire Jain Kochi family and for the participants for his highly sparking words over Please accept our respectful pranams, sir. Next, I would like to express our sincere gratitude to all the senior management teams for the constant encouragement and blessings on behalf of the organizers of the Global Interaction Series. Let me place on record our sincere thanks to Dr. Madhukumar sir, Joint Controller of Examinations, and Dr. Sadhukumar sir, Head Administration, Jain Deemed to be University, Kochi, for the support and encouragement. I would like to extend our deepest gratitude to Dr. Harish and Ramanathan, Professor and Head Department of Management, Jain Deemed to be University, Kochi, who is the mastermind behind this initiative and made all the painstaking efforts in organizing this global interaction series in association with Internal Quality Assurance Cell, Jain Deemed to be University, Kochi. Sir, we are aware of the facts, of the efforts you have made in making this event happen. We are highly grateful for that, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
A special thanks to the entire organizing committee for the unflinching coordination and efforts. However, Dr. Kannan Balakrishnan, the coordinator, IQAC cell, Jain Deemed to be University, Kochi, and Dr. Jayasri, Assistant Professor, Department of Management, need a special mention for all the relentless efforts they have made to put in for this.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Our heartfelt thanks to all the heads of departments, teaching and non-teaching staff, Jain Deemed to be University, Kochi, and especially all the participants for making this event a grand success. With these warm words and a kind message, we move to the end of today's session. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you again, Dr. Oleg Popov, Vice Rector, Odessa State Academy of Civil Engineering and Architecture, Odessa, Ukraine. Thanks to each and every participant who joined us this evening. For those who missed the feedback link, we'll be sending that to your registered email ID. With this, we come to the day 2 ending of the Global Interaction Series on Global Strategies for Education post-COVID-19. Do join us tomorrow at 7 p.m. sharp for yet another interactive session with Ms. Ulcay Ghihasi and Ms. Aynur Alizada from Baku Eurasian University, Baku, Azerbaijan. Thank you all. Thank you all again and wish you a great evening ahead.
Thank you, Oleg.